It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing today? And hey, we got a lot to discuss over here in the liquor store, man. We got a lot to discuss because, Dalton Schultz said some things that, it ruffled a lot of folk feathers out there in the nation, man. There's a lot of folks saying that Dalton Schultz is a disgruntled employee. He's a bitter bitch. He's all kinds of things right now because he spoke out about his experiences with the Dallas Cowboys. He said it was a zoo to be here. And listen, we're going to do the legwork ourselves and decide if that's true, if what he said has some merit, if he's bitter, if there's a pattern going on between ex-players and some of the things that they say. And we'll get to the bottom of it, man. Cause we'll figure this out together as a family. We might have to have a real conversation about the culture in Dallas at this point, man. So we'll talk about it. My boy Desmond Ironman said all these DBs getting released. I seen that. There's a bunch of good safeties. Well, a bunch of big name safeties, I should say, that's been released. Some of the guys that were looked at as the top of their class at the safety room are on the open market right now. Now, a lot of them are getting up there in age, which, I still think they got a lot of tread on the tire. But, we can discuss that as well, as the show progresses. But, we're going to talk about it. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, though, there's a couple of things I need y'all to do. Y'all know when y'all tap in with your independent content creators, there's a couple of things y'all need to help us out with. First and foremost, y'all hit that like button. The more likes that we get on these videos, the more that the algorithm is going to push the content that we got. That's on YouTube, that's on Facebook, that's on Twitter, any platform we put this content out on. And listen, that don't even cost you a dime. It ain't gonna cost you a penny. Hit the like button. It goes a very long way in helping us grow. So if you got love for me, you want to see the content grow, you want to see the platform grow, hit that like button for your boy. Also, y'all know this is the liquor store. Like my boy Joe Tranchina is doing right now. We believe in manifestation. So if you want the Dallas Cowboys to win title number 6, I need y'all to drop 6 emojis like my boy Joe Tranchina, and I need you to share the content 6 times. And listen, you don't even got to like the person that you share the content with. It can be the person that took your girlfriend on the playground. It can be your big cousin that like to wear all your shoes. It could be anybody. You ain't got to like them personally like that. Just share the content 6 times to a friend, foe, adversary. Does not matter. Share it 6 times if you want the Dallas Cowboys to win title number 6 in 2024. Yo, Daniel, what's up with you? Daniel Barreri Sports in the building. Derek Williams, Joe, Desmond Ironman, what's up with you? I see my brother in the building, Justin Kitchen. What's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. Mr. Dika came in the building, said she's going to take a break. I get it. Hey, there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. Dallas name stays in the news cycle. People speaking on Dallas. I know it's a lot of stuff to muster, a lot of stuff to deal with, a lot of stuff to handle. But, we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to talk about it as a family, though. He said, I see meme of the Bills. They said Damar Hamlin surviving this time around is more shocking than they wrong for that. But he's still young. A lot of the people that got cut were older in age. So it be like that. The next thing I need y'all to do, though, y'all to hit that like, y'all to hit that share button. I need y'all to slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. And listen, I know they're in hiding right now. We ain't really seen them around. They got players retiring left and right. Fletcher Cox appears like he's going to retire. That boy, Jason Kelsey, looked like he finna retire. So, hey, they in shambles right now. Yo, Brandon, what's up with you? He said, what's up, Henny? Love your show. New subscriber. Hey, thank you for coming over and showing love, my brother. I appreciate you for rocking out with us. Hey, everybody, welcome the brother Brandon Hoker to the liquor store, man. Salute to you, my guy. But yeah, man, they in shambles right now. So if you find your Eagles fan, you can lay hands to cheat. I will be able to give you half off on all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And we got exactly what you need to succeed, man. We got cow burritos, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Henny the Moore, and come get drunk in the liquor store. Bet. Y'all forgive me for that. I had to shoot that to my maintenance man. Got somebody coming out to do some work. All right, so y'all done hit that like, y'all done hit that share, y'all done hit that Eagles fan upside the head. The last thing you can do, you can hit the Cash App, which is $Henny the More, or you can hit the Super Chats or Super Stickers. And right now, we are running a raffle for a Dallas Cowboy jersey. It's $5 per raffle entry. You can send Cash App, you can send Super Chat, and we're going to run the raffle all the way until April the 30th. We're going to run it all the way to April the 30th. That way, we get, a fire-ass draft pick. We get a Keon Coleman, a Brian Thomas, a Kool-Aid McKenzie. We get one of these hot names in the draft, you can get their jersey. So we're going to run it all the way from now until the 30th of April. And we will select a random winner then. So you can send as many as you want. But, to make sure you get them in before the 30th of April. But now that we got all the rat killing out the way, y'all know to hit that like, y'all know to hit how to hit the share, y'all done slap that Eagles fan up, y'all know to hit the Cash App. Let's jump into the content, man. My boy said half the fans salty right now, but after the draft, they all hyped up again. Hit the Jones in their pockets. Hey, what's up with you, Miss Regina Green? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Salute to you. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it, man. So, Dalton Schultz said some things that ruffled the feathers of everybody and their mama. Like, everybody is upset with the comments and the statements made by Dalton Schultz about the Dallas Cowboys and how the team is ran, right? But we gotta ask ourselves a question. We gotta ask ourselves a real question. Is Dalton Schultz wrong, right? And even if Dalton Schultz is bitter and a disgruntled employee, more than one thing can be true at the same time, right? You can be mad as hell at the team, right? You can be mad as hell at the team and still say some real shit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go through it. And listen, I also got examples of other players saying things about Dallas on their way out. And we'll see if there's actually a pattern going on. My boy Justin said 186 days until kickoff. Ugh, that's a long ass way, dog. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a long way. All right, hold that thought. I'm finna share the screen. Said no, that's why they say we are Hollywood. Let's get to it, because we're gonna go person by person. We're gonna play the video for everybody. We're gonna decide if that person is salty, bitter, or telling the truth. So we'll start with Dalton Schultz, since that's the So we'll start with Dalton Schultz, since that's the one that got everybody riled up. All right, so let me pull this up here. I'm gonna minimize the music. And we finna see what they gotta say. Jose, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. Salute to you.
Okay, and I never played for the Cowboys. Pac-Man did play for the Cowboys, but we kind of get displayed and showcase what it's like to play for the Cowboys. You're on national TV every single week. Practice facility is filled with people paying for tickets for practice. It's a whole different world, allegedly. Yep. Have you enjoyed? Obviously you enjoyed your time in Dallas. I'm not going to say that, but when you get to Houston, is it vastly different than your time in Dallas? Whenever you're talking about all the off the field, is it? Is that real?
That was one of the first things that kind of stuck out to me. Is it feels like much more, I don't want to say college because it's not, but the focus is just football, you know what I mean? And going back and telling some people how kind of being around the Cowboys, practice facility and, game day, describing some of the interactions and stuff that you see on a day-to-day basis, surprised a lot of people. They're like, holy crap, that actually happens at a practice facility. And it's just, you think it's normal, and then you come to a place like this.
Like what? You don't have to out anything, but what are you?
No, dude, it's just there's people literally going on tours while you're lifting in the weight room, and they've got a one-way mirror for people to look at. It's a zoo, dude. There's people tapping on the glass, trying to get people's attention as they're doing power cleans or whatnot. And it's different. And I mean, that's the brand that they've built. That's what Jerry Jones likes. That's the way that they run things. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you don't realize like how many, eyeballs and how much that can maybe, distract from, stuff just in the locker room, being in the facility, until you go somewhere else and you're like, holy crap, like, dude, there's none of that. Like, this is, also a really well-run organization in Houston. And I think that was one of the things that kind of scared me about like leaving Dallas the most, is like, I wasn't sure what another organization would kind of feel like. And dude, I got here and it was like, this place is a well-oiled machine. Like, it's, coaching staff, the coaching changes, I can't speak to the previous stuff, but like the strength staff is phenomenal. The training staff is unbelievable. This has been the most like trainers that I've ever seen on a.
Okay. So that what Dalton Schultz had to say in regards to Dallas and the environment and everything else like that. So I will say this, though. I will say this. It is easy to say that Dalton Schultz is bitter. It's easy to say that Dalton Schultz, just taking shots at the Dallas Cowboys, because it didn't work out here. He didn't get his extension, yada, 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 right? But at the same time, how many of us have said that there are all kinds of distractions in Dallas? How many of us have said that we don't like the way that is a media circus, and how everybody covers us all the time and this and that, and how the magnifying glass is bigger in Dallas, how the lights are brighter, right? So, and it is fair to say, like, the Texans ain't got shit going on like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to Texas, there's distraction in Texas, in Houston too. Don't get me wrong. Like, the nightlife in Houston, the nightlife in Houston is probably better than the nightlife in Dallas. If we're being honest, the nightlife in Houston is probably way better than Dallas. But so there's distractions in Houston. But I'm guessing what he's saying is they don't bring the distractions there, right? So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. So as I did my own research, because listen, I didn't really know how to feel about it at first. And then I seen the boy Jesse Holley, who's a former Dallas Cowboy himself and that actually still works here. And Jesse said he don't see anything wrong that Dalton Schultz said. He said, oh, nothing wrong with what he said. I said this 10 years ago when I went to New England after leaving Dallas. Beasley said this. Marcus Spears said this. DeMarcus Ware said this. Many players started their careers in Dallas and went elsewhere, have all spoken like this. So once I seen that, right? Once I seen that, I had to go, well, shit. I could probably say that Dalton Schultz is salty. I could probably say that he's salty. But can I say DeMarcus Ware is salty? Because DeMarcus Ware left here and won a championship. He got his bread, won a championship, was competitive, and came back and retired as a Dallas Cowboy. So there's nothing salty in anything that DeMarcus Ware would say, right? So DeMarcus Ware is giving a similar sentiment. Could we trust his words over Dalton Schultz? Because remember, we don't like the messenger. So a lot of time when we don't like the messenger, we don't really receive the message. So let me see if the message coming from somebody else that we actually like would make us feel a certain way about it. Hey, I know a lot of folks don't like Dalton Schultz like that. I know he was a Twitter troll. He blocked everybody and their mama. You know what I'm saying? I know folks didn't rock with Dalton Schultz like that. But let's see what DeMarcus Ware had to say about it then. Let's see what DeMarcus Ware said about Dallas and the likes. And I got a laundry list of other players that said some things. I got Cheeto Bay-Awuzie's comments. I got DeMarcus Ware's comments. So let's go through. Because there's a pattern here. There's a pattern here of people. Hold on. Of people speaking about Dallas in a different light once they see how things are elsewhere. And I think I think them themselves have a culture shock themselves when it comes to that. It said the zone's allowing it to be a zoo. Yeah, so exactly. Ware asked Jerry, not Denver GM, to induct him to the Hall of Fame. So there's no bad blood between Jerry Jones and DeMarcus Ware or the organization. And DeMarcus Ware got his bread, he got his health, he got his championship. But Marcus Ware has absolutely nothing to be upset about. So would you not be able to say that DeMarcus Ware, if he said something, would be more trustworthy than a Dalton Schultz? That's just the only question I'm asking you. He said, we never win nothing. That stuff didn't distract the 90s team that were winning chips. Yeah, but you also had the front office that invested in players in the 90s. Your front office does not invest in players, right? And that's the difference between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Lakers, right? The Los Angeles Lakers are just like the Dallas Cowboys, media circus, Hollywood, paparazzi, superstars at the game, all the primetime games and everything else. Do you know why they're able to be successful? Because their front office actually invests and bring players in. They invest and they bring good players in. And that's something that the front office does not do over here. Right? So yeah, the culture probably is the same. I remember the White House. I remember all the crazy shit they was doing back then. Them boys was on coke, winning championships. But let me ask you, do we have leaders in the locker room like a Michael Irvin? Do we have all that? But disregard my soapbox. Let's get back to these other comments that were made. Let's get back to these other comments that were made. So let me see if I can track down the DeMarcus Ware shit. Because I know I shared it and pulled it up. Oh, here it go. Okay. All right. So now we're finna play D-Law. I keep saying D-Law. I wish D-Law played like the Marcus Lawrence though. But I'm finna play D-Ware's comments and see if they sound similar to what these other players say about Dallas. Because we're on the board right now with Dalton Schultz. Now, I know folks don't even fuck with Dalton Schultz, right? So, hey. But this is Hall of Famer DeMarcus Ware.
Chief, everybody had the star, and they wanted to etch their name in the star, right? When I went to Denver, it was a lot different. I had a lot of young cats. I had Von Miller, Malik, Derek Wolfe. I had Peyton on the other side, which was an older guy at the time, but everybody else was young. C.J. Anderson, like that. And so they're playing pool. They're chilling at video games. Yeah. They got the barber in there, haircuts. I'm looking like, man, we never gonna win no games here. Because I'm so used to everybody. When we was at the facility, it was formal, it was football. Straight up. When I left, guess what? Everybody got kids, they gone. We didn't hang out. We got the moms and their family coming and go and eat every week. Yeah. Like, so y'all got these food trucks outside on Thursday every day and all the families coming. I didn't know exactly what they were doing, but they were like building team camaraderie, man. Like it was one of those things where like after the first, third, fourth, fifth game, like you wanted to play even more for that guy beside you because you knew what his kids were. You know he'd stand there all day, right? And then, playing with Peyton, he was like one of those guys where if you say, hey man, I got this show that I'm gonna be doing tonight. You gonna pull up? He would come, and he will be so out of place. Right. Hey, where we at? But guess what? He will come, and I'm like, shit, fucking Peyton came. He actually came to the show. Good team. So it was one of them things, man. Like it was like do or die. Like everybody was together. I know that's why we won that Super Bowl.
Hey man, let me tell you something.
Well, shit. All right, and that was DeMarcus Ware about the difference in Denver from Dallas. He said that they actually went out the way to build team camaraderie there. They did more things together. They were more loose, and he felt that camaraderie and that energy is what propelled them to actually win that championship and go on that run. Now, I will say this. From what the players say under Mike McCarthy, because remember he played under Jason Garrett, right? To keep that in perspective, he was here under Jason Garrett. You know, that was a whole different regime. So I'm not going to even act like it's the same, because from what people are saying, Mike McCarthy does do the team building stuff. We've seen Dak Prescott take his guys to Atlanta. We've seen, Dak Prescott go out his way to have team building activities and things like that. So, even if it's not, from the top, even if it's not something that Jerry Jones then promotes at this moment, I know for a fact now that the guys in the locker room are doing it. But DeMarcus Ware was here for a long time. So even if that's the case with what Dak Prescott and them are trying now that he's a veteran player, that only recently started. Right? That only recently started. Yo, George, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Miss Regina Green says, sound like Micah needs to have a football field at his home. Dak did that for the offense. Hey, that wouldn't be a bad idea. It said if Ware said something negative about the Broncos, no one would know media. JV B-Boy said, what's good, HTM? That's the players they got to do that. They grown men, not high school. Well, that's part of culture, though, isn't it? That's part of culture, though, isn't it? The culture in the locker room is set by the coaches and the players. So, yeah, I think Mike McCarthy is doing his part at this point. That's why I'm not really pushing on what DeMarcus Ware said, because, like I said, there was a different regime at that point. So I understand what DeMarcus Ware was saying. But we see a pattern, and like I said, maybe it's not overtly encompassing, right? Maybe it's not Dallas Cowboys is awful in every aspect. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are awful in every aspect. But I do believe there are some things that need to change for the Dallas Cowboys to be successful. And really, it starts at the top. It starts at the top with Jerry Jones and how they run their things. It starts at the top with them not wanting to pay anybody. It starts at the top with them not bringing in marquee players to help you win titles. You elevate these young kids. Matter of fact, talk about this culture right here. Like, they're talking about, hold on. Yeah, so hear this out. This was a report. It should be pointed out that the Cowboys have faith in interior lineman Brock Hoffman and TJ Bass should they need to move into the starting lineup in 2024. That was a damn report. The Dallas Cowboys are trusting the future of the 2024 season to TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman. I like them too. But both of them boys are undrafted free agents. That's the culture in Dallas. They're cheap. They don't like to spend money on marquee players. They don't want to bring in dogs. Matter of fact, they don't want any Bart. We talk about the Dallas Cowboys not having dogs. We don't have dogs because they don't want dogs. They don't want dogs. Right? When y'all remember our boy, who was the assistant defensive coordinator when Ryan Marinelli was here, the black guy. You remember he used to try to cuss dudes out on the sideline. And Chris Rashad, you remember he was animated, loud. We liked that shit. Front office didn't, though. They told him to calm that shit down. They said they don't like to operate like that in Dallas. So we can't sit here and say we don't have dogs when the owner does not want to bring dogs in. Exactly, Chris Rashad. They don't want to bring dogs in. They don't want dogs, dog. We can't be mad that the players they have are soft when they like them like that. They like them like that. You just heard from DeMarcus Ware. They like having their shit buttoned up and contained. It's not even really like a locker room. At least when DeMarcus Ware was there. And that's what I'm saying. We can't be mad at the damn players for not being dogs when the front office don't even want dogs. That's not the kind of energy or the kind of because they're corporate. They're suit and tie, button up. Do you know we can't even tailgate at the damn stadium with the way that it's set up? You can't even tailgate out there in the parking lot. You gotta be across the street. But you expect them to be rowdy and dogs and vicious and overcoming adversity. Like, dog, like, nah, that's not. We don't even build that kind of environment for them folks to last in Dallas. You remember Dez Bryant was an emotional leader in the locker room, fiery, passionate, in love with the game. And you know, they tried to slander him and call him a locker room cancer. They didn't like that shit. They don't want dogs. And that in itself is the culture problem. More so than anything. That's the culture problem. Y'all be hitting the nail on the head in the comment box, and y'all don't even be knowing it. Like, these players are so soft. Yes, that's exactly how they like them. That's what they want. That's what they want. They don't want dogs. Shout out my boy B Bird for the $4.99 for your mind. Said Jimmy didn't fall for all that they are grown men stuff. He treated them like they were in college, kept a tight rein. If not, he wouldn't have won 2 Super Bowls. And B Bird, I completely agree with you. Also, salute to you, B Bird. That $4.99 got you a raffle entry for a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your choice, man. Salute to you, and thank you for the support. If y'all want to be like B Bird, hit that Cash App, hit that Super Chat with the $4.99 or the $5. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, man, that's not what they really want. Because when Dez Bryant was a loud, outspoken, passionate, fiery player, they tried to crucify that man. That's not what they want in Dallas. So when people come out and say it's like a zoo, when DeMarcus Ware come out and say they didn't really have a locker room environment that was close knit, and you know there wasn't really people having fun and being themselves in the locker room, like that's not really an environment that breeds passion and breeds these dogs y'all talking about. And man, listen, you need dogs if you want to win. But let's continue though. The zoo got lions, but man, if you take a lion out the zoo and you drop his ass off in Africa, them real lions gonna tear their ass up. That's a domesticated lion. That man don't even know how to hunt. That's a domesticated ass lion. Like all the animals in the zoo, them boys probably were born in captivity. He said, yeah, Gilly made Coop tap out. Matter of fact, we talking about culture. What did Gilly and Brandon Cooks have to say about the Marcus Lawrence comments? They act like they ain't never heard of that shit before. You know why? Because of their culture, where they came from, playing under Bill Belichick. You know, that boy Brandon Cooks done played under Sean Payton. He played under Bill Belichick. He done played under Sean McVay. Come on now. That man know what culture is. Gilly done played under Rex Ryan, done played under Bill Belichick. He know real winning culture. Them boys would never fix their damn lips to say they was tired. And that's part of the culture. We talk about folks are soft. You got a leader on your defense saying he tired to the national media, to our biggest op. Talk about he tired. And y'all don't understand all this shit is stemming from the environment that they in. Like, that's culture. But let me see if I can find somebody else. We just talked about DeMarcus Ware. So we didn't agree with Dalton Schultz, right? Dalton Schultz a bit of bitch. Fuck it. All right. So y'all disagree with DeMarcus Ware. Y'all don't think DeMarcus Ware, who loves the Dallas Cowboys, who helps out still, who wants to see the Dallas Cowboys win, who's still a fan, who went into the Ring of Honor, who's a Hall of Famer. You don't think that he has some valid points when he says these things? Like, not everybody is a hater. Not everybody is bitter. If everybody said the same thing about you, it might be you. It just might be you. If everybody tells you your breath stink, my nigga, you might need to go brush your teeth. If everybody say you ugly, you might need to work on your personality, dog. You ain't that cute. You're gonna have to have a charming personality to get with that cute girl you want. it's over with. If it, like everybody just ain't lying on you. If everybody say the same thing and the common denominator is you, they probably right. They probably right. So let's continue. Let's keep seeing. They say brown liquor make you tell, man. They say that brown make you clown. I don't know. they say the brown make you clown, bro. Hey, shout out to Jay Tuck though for getting that together though, because he actually went out and found that clip. So shout out to my brother Jay Tuck, man. If you ain't following my boy at Cowboys at CFO at CFO Cowboys fans only, you need to go do so, man. My boy always coming with some good shit. Another one, cause listen, Jay Tuck came with all the receipts. So shout out to my boy Jay Tuck. Yeah, man. All the players say the same thing when they leave. Numbhead Neil, he said this country club ass ownership, man, too soft. Yeah, like we talk about the players being soft. The ownership is soft. Ownership soft. And ownership soft. They up here trying to manipulate and control all the head coaches. So the coaches ain't got no teeth. So they coaching soft. So how the players gonna be hard about it like that? How the players gonna be hard about it like that? But yeah, man, hold on. I got that boy Cheeto Bay Awuzie. And this is what he had to say. Shout out to my boy Jay Tuck. Coming with the receipts.
Group of our scouts, I feel like just, getting the job done. And you can tell that it mimics the city of Cincinnati. Blue collar city, blue collar place where people just, rise up and go to work regardless of circumstance, regardless of if it's snowing, if, it's raining, people on the street doing stuff, whatever, traffic, you have to get up and go to work. So it's a credit to the scouting department and the front office for sure for, bringing all of us here. And definitely making it be seamless. The culture in the locker room was crazy. I've never been on a team like this in the NFL where, it feels like college. Like we know each other, that we'll go to bat for each other. So it's just a real beautiful thing to be a part of.
Hi, Cheetah Bay. How you doing?
Doing well.
Great. So you played for Dallas for 4 years, and you signed with the Bengals this offseason. I just want to know, what was it about this team that attracted you the most?
It was interesting. I'll be honest. When I first got Cincinnati was one of the first teams that believed in me and wanted me as soon as free agency started, and that was very important to me. But at that time, I didn't know too much about the Bengals, so I was kind of still, wondering what I was going to do. But after doing a little bit of research and listening to Coach Zach and what the guys were telling me, it was like I felt an attachment to this place. I felt a real big attachment. Opportunity to be part of something special and the opportunity to build something. I feel like in this environment is when I play my best football, when, guys are really back against the wall, have to, prove ourselves, have to do whatever it takes to win and to build a culture and to build, a standard and all that stuff. I really feel like Cincinnati gave me that chance, and I'm truly blessed to have this opportunity. They believed in me, and that extremely heightened my belief in this team. So they gave me opportunities to lead, opportunities to be myself, to play my game, and I'm extremely thankful for that, man. Really, really thankful.
All right. And that was Cheeto Bay Awuzie talking about the difference in Cincinnati from Dallas and how they had a better locker room culture and how they go to bat for each other and how they got each other's back and how they have to build that from the ground up and how they hard body. Now listen, and you got to read between the lines. When somebody says that they did a good job of building their team to match the toughness of the city, and he never been a part of nothing like that before. In more or less words, he's calling what we had going on here a little soft. Just a little soft. He said, had Blake Jarwin not gotten hurt, then Dalton Schultz would have even been relevant. Yep, that's part of life. But we could say the same thing about Dak Prescott. If Tony Romo never got hurt, we wouldn't know who Dak Prescott was, right? Hey, a lot of times you got to next man up. Next man up. Patrice, what's up with you? Four Flats, salute to you. Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. So yeah, man. So like, why is everybody Yeah, why does everybody have a similar set of things that they say when they leave the Dallas Cowboys? Why does everybody themselves have a culture shock when they go and see how everybody else does things different than the Dallas Cowboys? Why does everybody have a different opinion about, like, they're not cheating off of each other tests and nothing. They ain't all marking the same answers on the test or nothing like that. They ain't cheating off each other, stealing each other answers. They saying it for a reason because it's probably true. It's probably true. And the dudes that do got that dog in them, right? The dudes that do got a little bark, a little bite, they always end up not ending their career in Dallas. DeMarcus Ware was a dog. He did not end his career in Dallas. Dez Bryant was a dog. He did not end his career in Dallas. I heard that Cheeto Bayawuze liked that. He ain't ending his career in Dallas, is he? I'm just saying, man. When there's smoke, there's fire. Now, if there was one disgruntled ass employee talking crazy, then I would say cool. That's cool. That's fine. But there's still more people. There's still more interview. There's still more. I still got more stuff. I'm trying to pull up. I got more receipts to pull. I got more people saying the same damn thing about the Dallas Cowboys. So disregard your feelings about Dalton Schultz. Fuck Dalton Schultz. If that's the case, fuck him. You can say fuck Dalton Schultz. I don't know the man, but fuck him. But we can't just say fuck everybody. Everybody ain't lying on the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, Zeke was a dog. You know I rock with Zeke, man. Come on. Man, come on. Everybody ain't lying on the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody ain't lying on the Dallas Cowboys, man. Oh yeah, I seen some of Jesse Holly tweets, and really Jesse Holly tweets is why I started going down the rabbit hole, because he mentioned most of the people that I pulled up. He said he himself. Hold on. That's not the right one. That's not the right one. That's not the right one either. Hold on. It's in here. Don't trip. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, there it go. So yeah, like he said, Marcus Spears said the same thing. Cole Beasley said the same thing. Jesse himself said the same thing when he left. And he works for the Dallas Cowboys. Still gets a check from the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just saying, not everybody's lying on the Dallas Cowboys, man. Like, let's be realistic. Is there a bigger chance or probability that everybody is lying on the Dallas Cowboy, or is there a higher probability that there is some truth in some of the things that they say about the culture or how it is ran here? What is more probable, that everybody is lying on them, or that there is some truth in what is being said? Just put it in the chat box. Put it in the chat box. What's more probable? Everybody lying, or there is some truth to what's being said? Put it in the chat box. I want to hear from y'all, because we're having this conversation as a family. I want to know y'all opinions as I give my opinion. I want to know. Oh yeah, of course you try to come back. Dalton Schultz wanted to stay. Of course. And there were millions of reasons why people want to stay. Like, there's literally millions of reasons. I seen people stay at jobs they hate for benefits. You don't think folks will stay and put up with a little bullshit here and there for a couple extra $1 million, no state tax? Shit. Said Columbus Hill said, is this only the Dallas Cowboys? I don't know. I don't follow enough other teams to know. I couldn't tell you what they say about the Patriots when they leave, because I don't care. I couldn't tell you what they say about the Saints or the god-awful Raiders. No, don't get it twisted. There are other teams that have bad coaches. Like, the Raiders ain't been shit since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Washington Commanders ain't been shit since the 80s. No, like late early 90s. There are other teams that got bad coaches. There's other teams that got bad coaches. but they irrelevant to us. I want to win. Give a damn. I don't give a damn if these other bad teams or a team with bad coaches. I don't give a damn they ever win. I'm concerned about the Dallas Cowboys, man. So hey, they might have some bullshit going on. Shorty said most of those other teams never had the success we had, and the city ain't like Dallas. They need to change the mindset on personnel and stop living off the success of the 90s. I like that thought process too, man. Because really, and I talked about what the culture was for the Dallas Cowboys. What has the culture been for the Dallas Cowboys since that last Super Bowl? We got literally generations of people that are living off of the glory days of Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin. They're living off of the glory days of Roger the Dodger, and they're living off the glory days of Tony Dorsett. Like, there are people, living off of old bodies. Like, you didn't catch those bodies. You didn't hang those plaques. You cannot be associated with that winning culture. You cannot be associated with that winning culture. You didn't put in no work for it. You ride Emmitt Smith coattails. You didn't hang. Matter of fact, Emmitt Smith, another person talking about how these kids seem like they're entitled to something and haven't won a damn thing. Right? So listen, there are things. I'm not saying the Dallas Cowboys are completely trash. I'm not saying that. Like, we got talent. We got a good quarterback. We got a great wide receiver. We got talent. We got one of the best pass rushers in the league. We got talent. But we need more. We need accountability. We need leadership. We need people that want to etch out their own legacies. And we also need the front office to be less strenuous with the kind of regime that they're running. Bring in some dudes that got some teeth. Bring in free agents and stop relying on undrafted free agents to come in and start for you. Yeah, like, come on now. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. Let's have some real serious conversations about what needs to go on in Dallas, about the culture. I'm not saying that every single thing is bad, but when everybody says similar things about some of the distractions and some of the things that go on in Dallas and how it's not always conducive to winning football, you need to listen to that. You need to listen to that. So let's continue. He said, I'm sorry, but Dak just sticking up for the boys on that one. Yo, yeah, listen. Why would Dak Prescott say that the culture is bad when most of the cultural things going on in Dallas don't involve the players? Jerry Jones is the one that lets guided tours go on when they're lifting weights, right? None of the players did that. Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones are the ones that do not go out there and get more key talent in free agency. None of the players did that. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, this front office, they're the ones that try to dictate who gets the ball based off of money. That's what Cole Beasley said, remember? Cole Beasley said that the front office dictates who gets the damn ball in Dallas. Right? Cole Beasley said the front office tries to dictate who's making plays, who the ball going to. That's not winning football. That's not a winning culture. That's not a winning culture. That ain't got nothing to do with the players. They got absolutely nothing to do with the players. Absolutely nothing. So why would Dak Prescott sit up there and throw his teammates under the bus? Why would he say anything negative about his teammates? Because remember, when Dak Prescott was talking about culture, he was talking about his guys. He talked about how they rock with each other. He would talk about the things that they do with each other. He wasn't talking about how the front office negotiates with players in the public and try to weaponize the opinions of the fan base against the players to turn them against each other, right? Right? That's not what Dak Prescott was speaking on when it came to culture. If you look at what he said, he was talking about his guys. But Dak, you also, I'm gonna have to just keep it real with you. Dak Prescott was sort of full of shit his damn self. My nigga Dak was sort of full of shit his damn self. Because you even got Micah Parsons and you got CeeDee Lamb on the podcast talking about they need to improve the culture. So there might be a disconnect. And Dak, if the culture's so good, your communication need to be a little bit better, man. You need to holler at your boys that they don't really feel the same way that you do. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and play it. Y'all remember this? Oh no, y'all remember this? We talked about it. We talked about it big time when it first aired. Michael Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. Michael Parsons and CeeDee Lamb on his podcast, The Edge. Remember y'all making fun of CeeDee Lamb's overalls and shit. I remember y'all. Y'all be tweaking. Y'all funny as hell though. So very quickly, that was what they had to say about the culture. They had to be better. So if the culture was perfect, there will not be anything to improve on. They wouldn't be talking about being better leaders and being more accountable and helping people lock in for the season, right? If the culture was it was hunky dory, right? If there was no need to improve the culture, they wouldn't be talking about improving the culture and that being one of the things that they need to fix in order to get to championship number 6 that we've been trying to manifest, right? If everything was perfect, would they be talking about fixing the culture? Yes or no? Yes or no in the chat box. If the culture was perfect, would they be talking about fixing the culture? Just yes or no in the chat box. I just yes or no question. Everybody in the chat box, just drop it in there. Yes or no? If it was perfect, if the culture was fine, would they be talking about fixing it? Yes or no? Nope. 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 I see nope from Ratio, nope from Chris, nope from Choctaw, nope from Miss Regina, nope from my boy JV B-Boy. That's all I'm saying. CeeDee Lamb and Michael Parsons can't be bitter. They're playing. CeeDee Lamb finna be the highest paid wide receiver in football. Michael Parsons finna get quarterback money to rush the passer. They have absolutely no reason to be upset or mad or disgruntled with the Dallas Cowboys. And they said that they need to fix the what? They didn't say they need to fix their face. They didn't say they need to fix their car. They didn't say they need to fix they said they need to fix the goddamn culture. So guess what? If you're all pro wide receiver and you're all pro pass rusher, who are the young leaders of your team, says you need to fix the culture, obviously it was broken. You don't fix what's not broken, right? You can't fix what was not broken, right? So you got to fix it was broken. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. And again, there are good things about the Dallas Cowboys. There's good things about the Dallas Cowboys. Right? If you can survive in Dallas, you can survive anywhere. That's why all these players that we have, they leave and they go elsewhere and they blossom. You survive in Dallas, you can survive any damn thing. If you can ball in Dallas, you can ball anywhere. Right? Because part of the allure of Dallas, the bright lights, pressure make diamonds, man. Pressure make diamonds, just like a bust pipes, it also makes diamonds. So we got some certified ballers. They play in a bunch of high-stake games. Everybody treats the Dallas Cowboys like it's their Super Bowl. Everybody plays Dallas a little bit harder. Everybody takes it a little bit more personally when they play the Dallas Cowboys because they daddy grew up a fan, or they grew up a fan, or they family Dallas Cowboys fans, or they wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. Like, there's a bunch of shit that motivates people to play the Dallas Cowboys the way that they do. Right? There's a bunch of things that motivate them to play against us like that. So that is one of the good things about Dallas. You're going to always get people with best shots. You're going to always You're gonna always play those primetime games. You're gonna be in a bunch of high pressure situations. Like we got a gladiator school right here if we can get the locker room stuff right. Like the on the field bright lights, and we can just get the locker room stuff right, and we can get the front office to buy in and actually bring in better personnel. Like we got a gladiator school right here. We got a gladiator school right here, man. Oof. He said you gotta be the ghetto boys in Dallas, Will Smith in Philly. Man. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying everything is bad. I'm not saying this every itty bitty thing about the Dallas Cowboys is awful. But I am saying that you have to fix what's wrong. Matter of fact, here's one that Law found. Shout out to Law Nation. This is Marcus Spears, former Dallas Cowboys player. Paid Marcus Spears handsomely to be here in Dallas, right? He loves Dallas still to this day. And this is what he had to say about the difference when he left. And so here you go.
Fortunate enough to play for another organization after spending 8 years in Dallas. I went and played for the Baltimore Ravens, where Ozzie Newsome was the general manager. Harbaugh was the head coach, and I saw Steve Bisciotti twice in 8 months, okay? Stop telling me about coaches. The coach that coaches for Dallas comes in at a deficit. Wow. They come in with all of this stuff that they shouldn't have to deal with, that they got to focus on before they even start coaching football. So whether it's Prime or Mike McCarthy or Bill Belichick or Jesus, Jerry Jones is going to be there with the same type of culture that's being created, because it's being created by the guy that writes the checks. And he can do what he wants to do. I was fortunate enough to play for another organization.
And that's all we saying. Like, why does there have to be so many distractions for the coaches? Why does there have to be so many distractions for the players? And listen, I'm not blaming our fan base. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't blaming us for that. The stuff that's put in place, that's the media, that's the Joneses. The media, the Joneses. Those are the ones that make it the way it is in Dallas. And truth be told, if the Joneses were not so involved and were not so worried about the bottom line, making everything a spectacle, then the media wouldn't be as involved in any damn way, right? They wouldn't be that involved any damn way. That's why Belichick not here. Yeah, because Belichick ain't going for half that. Really, Mike McCarthy didn't want to go for it. Mike McCarthy had limited the media's access when he first got here. He was trying to tone down on the amount of access that the media could have to his players. And guess what? Jerry Jones didn't like that shit. Y'all don't remember that, do y'all? When Mike McCarthy first came here to Dallas, he tried to limit the media access to the players and to the locker room. And Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones had to pull that man aside, tell him that's not how we do business. So that shit started at the top. And until Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones get on board, it don't really matter who the head coach is. It doesn't really matter who the players are. The coach is going to be the coach because they make it such. They say, I can't worry about it. To win in Dallas, you have to be supremely focused. Man, the fans do play a small percentage of standing up and fighting for the players. The fans tend to dog out the players, especially when money is involved, man. Like people turn into different people about contracts for players they don't like. If you love the player, you don't really care about the amount of money they make. You don't like the dude, like she don't deserve that. What you mean you finna pay him that? Oh, like, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, man, it starts at the top. And the same people, some people want to blow it up. Some people want to start all the way over. And I got this to say about that, man. If you do not like the house you are living in, and you want to tear it down and you want to build a new house, right? You don't like the design, the feng shui all messed up. You don't like it. So let's say you got the land already. You want to tear your house down and you want to rebuild the house, right, from the ground up. Would you then hire the same architect and building company that gave you the house you didn't like in the first place to do the second house? Would you do that? No. That's why blowing it up for the Dallas Cowboys don't make sense. You don't like the product that the Joneses and them have put together already. So why would you trust them to then turn right back around and build a team from the ground up again? You're gonna get close to the same product. What people be forgetting is when other teams do actual rebuilds, the general manager gets fired. They bring in a new general manager with a new vision to build a new team from the ground up. The Dallas Cowboys will never do that because Jerry Jones has already told y'all he will never fire himself. Jerry Jones already told you he will never fire himself from his general manager position. So what good does a rebuild do if you're going to have the same person rebuild the damn team? Answer that for me. That's a legit question. What good will a rebuild do if you're gonna have the same person rebuild the damn team? What's up with you, my boy Chris in the building, man? What's up with you, man? He said, Chris Lone Star, I know this is greedy, but I want Simmons that got released from Broncos. He's a ball hawking safety. He's a bad man, man. He just made a Pro Bowl selection, if I'm not mistaken. Only 30 years old, won't be 31 until like in November. He's a good player. Dallas Cowboys just too cheap. And that's part of our culture, right? That's part of our culture. The free agency market is filled with players that can help the Dallas Cowboys, and we'll probably sign not nan one of them. We probably ain't gonna sign not nan one of these safeties. We probably ain't gonna sign not nan one of these wide receivers. We probably ain't gonna sign not nan one of these good linebackers. You might get a linebacker that's over the hill. You might get one on a cheap deal. A stopgap guy. You're not gonna get a linebacker that's gonna be a real game changer. You're gonna get some bodies to put in there, and they're gonna bank everything on the draft like they always do. You'll get some bodies in free agency, and you're gonna try and bank everything on them dudes that you bring in free agency. Eastside Herald, the #1 Dallas Cowboys fan in the country. What's up with you, man? I heard you got a face tattoo with Dak Prescott recently, man. Salute to you. That takes a lot of balls to do that, man. My boy Chris Graham, you like Simmons or Diggs from Seahawks? I definitely take Simmons over Diggs right now. Yes, like Simmons better. Always been better, still better at this point. I'll take Simmons over Diggs any day. And I'm talking about Diggs the safety, not our guy Diggs, but the Diggs that got released by the Seattle Seahawks. So yeah, man, things gotta change, dog. Things gotta change. But I done ran my mouth for too long, man. We done got to the hour mark. Said we're gonna sign dudes named Jim Slankins and Steve Rodden and call it successful. That's usually how we do it, bro. Said Henny, count how many guaranteed players we have. Let's take a look. Let me pull up the Dallas Cowboys roster. Let me see if I can find it for y'all good people. All All right, so let me pull this up real quick. He said, Henny, do you like your players being treated like they're in a zoo? Well, Eastside, do you like your players? I ain't gonna even talk shit. We just gonna line up and kick y'all ass when we play this year. I ain't worried about it. I'm pretty sure after we stump a mud hole in y'all ass, you ain't gonna show back up for a while. And we can make a gentleman bet about it. You want to lose your money too. You can take the L two ways. Twofold can take a L. You can take the ass whooping on the field, and you get lighter in your pockets, man. Whatever you want to do, Eastside. All right, so let's take a look. So these are some of the transactions the Dallas Cowboys made. So these are the people they signed the future contracts right here. Earl Bostic, cornerback Josh Butler, Princeton Fant, Buddy Johnson, Darrell Johnson, Racy McMath, Jalen Cropper, Sheldrick Redwine. They signed those boys to futures. They also signed center Dakota Shepley to a future contract. Then they turned around and they signed Martavius Bryant, Snoop Connor, and Malik Davis to future contracts. All right. Then they re-signed Carl Davis, a defensive tackle. Ricky Scott, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. You say it's cap, but you ain't agreed to no bet yet. So what you trying to do, Eastside? Don't just talk about it, man. Put some money up. I don't want to hear nothing crazy out your mouth if you ain't got nothing to back it up with. So you trying to lose some money or not, my boy? Just let your boy know. You know, I can take that off you if you need it. If you feel like donating, you know, I can just take that off you. So yeah, so those are the guys signed the future contracts. And then I'm gonna pull up the list of the Dallas Cowboys that are pending free agents. So let's take a look at that. Now let me pull up the free agents we got coming up now. All right, so here it goes. So these are the free agents that are that we got to either sign back if we want them. So Stephon Gilmore, Tyler Biotis, J-Ron Kurz, Tony Pollard, Jordan Lewis, Tyron Smith, Dorrance Armstrong, Chuma, Jonathan Hankins, Trent Sieg, Neville Gallimore, Dante Fowler, Rico Dow, Sean McKeon, Noah Ignanogany, CJ Goodwin. Right, so that's over a dozen guys that we got that are free agents. So yeah, so Dallas Cowboys, man, they got some roster moves they need to make, some things they need to decide. And I'm curious, man, if you could, I got a question for y'all. Out of this list, I'm gonna go ahead and just say that Trent Sieg will be back because he's a long snapper. So he'll be back. They're just going to give him a small contract to stay. So outside of Trent Sieg, who I'm almost 1,000% sure will be back, outside of Trent Sieg, what other names do you want the Dallas Cowboys to keep out of this free agency list? We already know that Tyron Smith future is pretty much set in stone. They've been very vocal about not wanting to bring him back. So out of this list of players, which two would y'all bring back outside of Trent Sieg? Matter of fact, speaking of Texas content creators, Eastside, drop a name of a Texas content creator that I can reach out to next season. I'm gonna have to holler at them the week before the week before we play, where we can get some content in together. You probably don't know one. If you do, put them in the chat box. But yeah, man. Which two of these players would y'all keep, man? I'm curious. Say. Now, see, I can't see the Quincy's comments from right here, so it's probably for the best. My boy Jordan Lewis. All right, my boy Ratio said Jordan Lewis. Miss Regina Green said Hankins. Ratio said Hank and Jordan Lewis, so that's his two. My boy Choctaw said Hank the Tank. Okay. He said Texas, the JV team in Texas. Man, hell yeah. The Houston Cougars are a bigger organization than the Houston Texans, man. We ain't tripping on that. You know what my answer would be? It'd probably be Stephon Gilmore and Jonathan Hankins. Probably be Gilmore and Jonathan Hankins for me. Because I don't really know what the health of a Trayvon Diggs will be when he comes back. So, I need more resources on the outside. I know I got the run Bland to fall back on. I know if we bring back Stephon Gilmore, he can play one side. He should be completely healthy by the start of the season. So yeah, I think Gilly would be mine and Jonathan Hankins. My boy Choctaw said Gilly and Hanks. Brendan Dunson also said Hankins and Gilmore. Oh yeah, I already said that Trent coming back. I said everybody outside of Trent, because I know for a fact Trent ass gonna be back. Trent is funny as hell too. Y'all should follow that boy on Twitter. Dude has a personality. But yeah, man. But yeah, Trent coming back. So that's why I worded it like that. Everybody outside of Trent, because we know Trent coming back. I mean, like, hey, who else is gonna snap the ball? Like, you really need that shit. You don't really know. You don't really miss something till you ain't got it. And right now, Trent is a very good long snapper, so I'll keep him. He got that FS1 ESPN brain. That's all he watch. Y'all gotta disregard the Quincy, man. And what's crazy is I think that y'all have hidden the Quincy from me, because I can't even see the Quincy ass on here. I can't even see the Quincy in the comment box. It's like the Quincy is a ghost that's hunting y'all ass, because I can't even see the boy. I'm on my channel. I can't even see the Quincy. Which one of y'all done muted the Quincy ass and then hit him? I can't even see this nigga. But we're Hankins and Gilly for sure, unless they got another younger free agency pickup. I know that Gilly is probably the most cost efficient. Cause listen, there's a bunch of corners. Yeah, there are a bunch of corners. He said he can't. He said the Quincy gay, and I can't see dude either. Y'all crazy. But there's a bunch of corners out there on the open market, man. So there's a bunch of dudes that got cut. So let's see. 2024 free agency. Oh, let me pull this up. I'm trying to find the free agency tracker. They cutting everybody. Everybody and they mama getting cut, dog. All right, so cornerback, right? Let's pull up cornerback. So would you entertain Cheeto and Lael Collins to come back? Sure. There's nothing wrong at all with bringing them in. And there's nothing wrong at all because I think Cheeto is a very good outside corner. He's a very good physical outside corner. Lael Collins has Lael Collins only signed on for the remainder of the season, so he's technically a free agent right now. So Lael Collins, you have to sign him back, but I think that you can get Lael Collins for a discounted price and bring him back to Dallas. Simply because he's been rehabbing, ain't really played a lot of football. I'm sure you can get Lael Collins on a reduced deal. And I don't know what Chidobe Awuze's market value would be. But hey, if he comes back at a decent, at a decent rate, you could do it. And yeah, Lael Collins was a great guard. But him and his management decided he was a better tackle because tackles make more money in the NFL. Patrick, hey, that would be wonderful. There's a fire sale going on right now over there at Denver. They done fired everybody. They done fired the quarterback, the safety. Hold on. I done pulled up the wrong one. Hold on. So free agency tracker. What's it, about 3.5 million? Says CJ Gardner-Johnson, player we should get. It sounds good. Dallas Cowboys ass ain't gonna do it. Them boys so damn cheap. Anybody that has a decent market value, they're gonna stay far the hell away from them. But these are the available corners, man. There's a bunch of good corners out there on the market, man. If you want a corner, this the year to get one in free agency. They got a J.C. Jackson available. I know he's been playing bad, but he might have a resurgence in Dallas, right? We got a great defensive coach. We got a great DB coach. Adoree Jackson, Kendall Fuller, our boy Stephon Gilmore, Jeff Okudah, the former first-round pick, Avonte Maddox, Chidobe Awuzie, C.J. Henderson, Steve Nelson, Levi Wallace, Rock Ya-Sin. Rock Ya-Sin was going crazy. That boy was going crazy this year. I think he had like 8 picks. That man had like 8 picks last year or some shit like that. He was going crazy. Oh yeah, I like CJ. I just don't think the Dallas Cowboys will ever really invest any kind of real capital into a safety, unfortunately. I mean, that's part of our culture, right? Penny pitching is part of our culture. And hey, y'all run those likes up in the liquor store, man. I got 60 folks in here watching with me. We got 53 likes, so most of y'all have already did your due diligence for your boy Henny. If you ain't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. If you ain't hit that share button yet, hit that share button. If you ain't slapped the dog shit out of an Eagles fan just yet, go ahead, get your hand ready. And if you ain't hit that Cash App or that Super Chat to join in for the raffle, do that as well. I'll be giving away a Dallas Cowboy jersey after April the 30th. We're going to run it from now to April the 30th. So if you want an opportunity to win a Dallas Cowboy jersey of your liking, hit that Cash App with that Super Chat, man. It's $5 per raffle entry. He said both four corners. Yeah. That's very true. Both four corners love to take risks. They're ball hawks, and that's one of the things we like about them. He said, I'm picking Gilmore. Ain't nothing wrong with that because, hey, Gilly made some damn plays for us, bro. Gilly made some plays. The only time we didn't really like what we got from Gilly was after he tore his labrum. Now, they probably should have set him down and protected him from himself in that playoff game. He was laboring out there trying to play through that injury. But once he come back and he's healthy, he gets a full range of motion back in that arm. You know, Gilly was a real good cornerback this year. He was. He didn't really give up a bunch of big plays. He didn't really do a bunch of things to endanger us on the back end. So we need to have a season with our full defensive back group. I mean, listen. Elena said I need to be slapping Jerry Jones. I do though. I need to be slapping. I need to at least slap Steven. I think that Jerry Jones is a prisoner at this point. Jerry Jones might be a prisoner at this point. That might be elderly abuse that Steven putting him through right now, man. Y'all know Jerry used to take chances, man. This got to be Steven. This got to be Steven Jones doing my boy dirty, man. Oh, it's crazy I can move that around like that. I didn't realize I could. Yeah, we get turnovers, we win, we don't, we lose. Unfortunately. Hopefully this year our defense will not be predicated on turnovers. Hopefully we have a defense that can actually stop people. Just line up and stop people. Line up and stop the run. Line up and sack the quarterback and stop them from completing passes down the field. Lock receivers up. You know, it's cute when we getting those turnovers and we running the score up and shit. But, you know, it's going to come a time where you can't live on that, man. You can't live on that all the time. Just can't live on that all the time. See, I think Kendall Fuller was ranked higher on PFF. Kendall good. I say, I'm not saying that these guys are bad. You know, there's potential in Jeff Okuda because he's still very young. Probably ain't got the highest market value. You could put him in that room with those other dogs and get a monster, right? With our coaching staff, he could turn into a monster. You know, I like some of the things that J.C. Jackson did a couple years ago. Is he just been on a very bad stretch recently? Change of scenery might help him. Like, there are some guys in here. Like, I like Cheetah Bay Awuzie too. But you know, it's easy. It's easy to go with the people that you know. You know, it's easy to go with the people that you know. And I know that Stephon Gilmore is comfortable playing against ones. He's comfortable playing against twos. He showed his merit. I said a young defensive lineman, old lineman, and running back paid with a vet free agent running back. For the love of God, let it be Henry. Man, them folks ain't finna get no Henry. You know why? Because Henry gonna want more money. The Dallas Cowboys, I don't know if I still got this little graphic up. Here it go. I think this is it. The Cowboys are looking for an explosive running back, just not at the $10 to $12 million range. Jeremy Fowler said that, who was an insider. That means the Dallas Cowboys want a Tony Pollard back. Because Tony Pollard is not going to get $10 million on the open market. He's like an $8 to $7 million running back. They want an Austin Eckler. They want somebody like that. They don't want to pay for Josh Jacobs. They don't want to pay for Saquon Barkley. They don't want to pay for Derrick Henry. And now, if they're going to make that $8 million, if Henry going to play for around $7 million, you can get a Derrick Henry. But if Derrick Henry wants big running back money, he ain't finna play in Dallas. So it's gonna really be up to what these people want in these contract negotiations. The Dallas Cowboys are really steadfast about being broke and being cheap. I see a bunch of folks bringing up Zach Moss. I'm not a huge fan like that. Matter of fact, let's take a look at Zach Moss and his overall production for his career. So he had 794 yards this year. So this year he had 794 yards, 4.3 carries, 4.3 yards a carry, 5 touchdowns, a longer 56, 27 receptions, 192 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's not bad. That's not bad. So let me see what his career numbers are. So this was a career year for Zach Moss. He had a career high in carries, career high in rushing touchdowns, a career high in receiving touchdowns. So this is the most that Zach Moss has ever been used. So this is the most that he's ever been used. So that's cool though. So he's been in the league since 2020. Hasn't really had a breakout opportunity. Only 112 carries in 2020. Only 96 carries in 2021. Only 17 in 2022. 76 in. Oh, you got to split up. Okay, I see that. Okay, only even his best year only had 183 carries. So Zach Moss, he would at least have a bunch of tread on the tires. So yeah, I guess what I really wanted them to do is get a free agent running back and pair them with like a Trey Benson, pair them with like a Braylon Allen, a Audric Eastham. Like you need to double dip because you're going to be losing 95% of your running back snaps anyway. So that would probably be the best course of action in regards to your running back room. Get a free agent, whether it be a Saquon, a Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler, a Swift, and pair them with one of these good running backs in the draft. Said Henny, do you really think Henry is the answer within our system? I don't know yet because I don't know what kind of blocking scheme or system they'll be running. We're gonna be swapping out left tackle. We're gonna be swapping out a center. We might have more roster turnover on the offensive line. They're talking about making schematical changes to the run blocking scheme. So I don't even know what we'll be running. I don't know if we'll be running the same blocking scheme in 2023 and 2024, I should say. Hey, shout out to my boy Ricky Scott for the $5 Cash App, man. Salute to you and thank you for coming in and showing love. And Ricky, that Cash App got you a raffle entry for the Dallas Cowboy, jersey of the winner's choice, man. So thank you for the love, thank you for the support, and I appreciate you. He said, y'all keep thinking of the big plays, running ability that Pollard used to live. You don't get breakouts like that without power running 5 yards. Hopefully we scrap that run scheme altogether. Yeah, man. Like you're gonna have to get more. You're gonna have to get more from your running back room as a total. We definitely need better running back play. We need better blocking scheme. I think you need to start over from the very basics when it comes to your running game. You need to decide what scheme you're running. You need to decide if that scheme is actually going to fit the offensive lineman that you have. You got to make sure that they can do that at a consistent basis. They can move people from the point of attack. You're going to have to make sure your running backs excel in that system. You're going to have to marry it together. Right? And another thing that you cannot do is you cannot shy away from running the football. Right? You got to run the ball enough to keep them honest at least. So when you line up and you show run, they're not going to back off. They're going to make them have to put that extra safety in the box. Make them have to put that extra guy in the box so you can get those one-on-ones on the outside. You got to run it enough to keep them honest. If you're going to have a balanced offense, you have to understand sometimes you're not going to have the biggest run in the world. Might only go for 3, might only go for 4, might only go for 5. But you're getting positive yardage. You're keeping them honest. You're moving the football. You're getting something positive. And then you can get to that play action game. You can show the run and you can show the run. You can throw out of that out of those heavy packages. And get those one-on-ones and stop having to go up against so much too high safety. Cause it's hard. It's hard. It gets hard to throw consistently and get positive gains against cover 2 and cover 4 and all these iterations of too high safety shells. It's hard. But when it's one guy back there, whether it's cover 3 or it's cover 1 or any iteration of that, you're gonna get one-on-ones on the outside, and that's where you can definitely take advantage of those matchups. To how many turnovers inside the 10 when the game is on the line? Shit, not many. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see what they do. But, hey, I do appreciate everybody for everything. We've been in here for almost an hour and 30. I'm finna go spend some quality time with my wife. So I appreciate y'all for everything. On the way out, make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Make sure y'all hit that share button for me. Make sure that y'all continue to slap the dog shit out those Eagles fans, man. So, and continue to hit that cash app or the super chat on the way out if you want an opportunity to win a jersey, man. But thank y'all for everything. I'll probably see y'all sometime. I might see y'all sometime tomorrow. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna take my break just yet. But yeah, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace, God bless, and I'm see y'all next.